Hello everyone, it is Benjamin Comer, aka the King Benji. Don't you ever forget that. And you're welcome to yet another video. In this video, we're going to be learning how I came up with this simple New Year design with this design inspiration. Let us get right into it. So yes guys, you're welcome to today's video, and by the way, happy new year. Yeah, happy new year. Welcome to 2024, yet another prophetic year in God's calendar. All right, so I posted this design on my Instagram, and a lot of people doubted that I actually used Canva to achieve this. In truth, yeah, I used Canva and also a bit of Lightroom. All right, I use Lightroom. To me, Lightroom is to Canva on my smartphone, as Camera Raw filter is to Photoshop. All right, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this right away. Okay guys, so I'm already created a new design page, and as you can see, I brought in the resources that I use for the design here. The dimensions for the design is 3:40. I think I used 180 by 1350 here, but if you do not have Canva Pro, because Canva Pro can actually enable you to increase the quality of your design as you're downloading it. All right, but if you don't have Canva Pro, I'll advise you to use 3240 by 4050. All right, 3240 by 4050. I'm also going to try and resize this design right now, because as I tell you, the font sizes, they are going to be kind of different in the other dimension that you're going to be using. So I'm just going to quickly resize this. I'm just going to go to file, I'm going to go to magic switch, and yeah, so I'm just going to take 3240 by 4050. I'm going to click on continue. I'm going to click on resize this design. Great. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the plus icon here to bring in create a new page. I'm just going to tap here and bring in the image I used as the background. All right, now you can see the difference between this and this, because I sort of like edited this background. All right, that just the whole essence or the whole point of the design was to sort of like show the possibilities that are in 2024. That is the possibilities in God, the prophetic words that have been spoken to me this year, right, as a believer. Because of course you should know by now that I'm a believer in Christ, don't you? All right, so I'm just gonna tap on this page or on the image, and I'm gonna go to adjust. All right, so I'm just gonna go and adjust the image. I'm going to reduce the temperature to -84. All right, I'm going to go to the tint. I'm going to increase it to 86. All right, because I want to make it look cooler, all right, and more poppy. Why am I making it look more poppy? Because my whole page on Instagram has been giving this kind of purple bluish vibe. All right, and I wanted to maintain that kind of look. Next is I want to go to highlights. I'm going to increase the highlights to 45. Going to reduce the shadows just to darken those dark parts. All right, so -36 would do. Going to increase the vibrance. All right, just to make the color to kind of pop up more, and I'm going to reduce the saturation a bit. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I just want to like duplicate this page, or let me finish designing it. Let me just go to adjust here, and last thing I want to do is just add some sharpness. All right, Okay, so I'm just gonna like duplicate the page. I want to download this particular image, all right, so that I can do some sort of like glass morphism. So I'm just gonna download this. Alright guys, so the image has been downloaded and I'm just going to upload it back to Canva. I'm just going to go to click on the plus icon, go to my uploads, and I'm just going to upload it over here. Alright, I'm just going to go to my recent and just going to put it in there. Alright, so while it's it's done uploading now, but great. So I'm just going to bring it into the page here. I'm going to use this place as a guideline for myself. Let me just go ahead and delete the side over here. So I want to do something like this whole notifications thingy, but I want mine to look more beautiful. So I just gonna come here, going to increase this to the full page. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm now going to now crop it. All right. So I'm just going to crop it from the edges. That's from the sides. All right. And also from here also. Okay. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to now go ahead and click on effects, and I'm going to go to blur. I'm going to reduce the blur. Oh, sorry, I said reduce. I'm going to increase the blur intensity to 70. All right. Then I'm going to go to adjust. I want to make it look sort of darker. So I'm just going to go to adjust here, and I'm going to go to the brightness. It's going to be like -15. All right. Going to increase the contrast to 100. All right. I'm going to now reduce the shadows to -5. All right, and I'm also now going to go to the sharpness and increase it to like 100. I don't really think this one is quite necessary, but yeah, that's what I did. All right, so I'm gonna now like duplicate it, or before I do that, I'm gonna go to style here. What I want to do is I want to give it a border weight, but the border weight would be 1 because I don't want it to be much. Just edit the border weight. And for the corner rounding, I'm just gonna give it 28. All right. Or I'm gonna just increase it to 70. Because we increase the dimension, so everything but the design just changed. All right, apart from the whole edit. All right, so I'm going to now duplicate this. I'm gonna bring it over here. All right, or again, before I do that, I'm gonna change the color of the border. That's the border color to white. All right, and then I'm gonna now duplicate it. Come over here. Make sure it's aligned to the center. All right. Wait, so that was no aligned to the center. Are you serious? All right, don't align it to the center, please. I'm just gonna like keep it here. Just align it to this side guy here. All right. Then I'm gonna like send you guys the whole design for you to model. All right. I want to go ahead and go to crop because I want this to go up like this. Right. The whole idea is to make it something like a glass morphic effect. Okay, so I'm gonna go and select both of them, and I'm going to click on copy. Going to delete them both. I'm gonna come here and I'm going to click on paste. Great. I'm gonna now click on plus icon. I want to bring in some text. Click on add a text box. I'm going to type Monday. 1, I think it's Monday 1, because I typed it in, yeah, Monday, January 1, not Monday 1. All right, so Monday, January 1. This kind of like wanted to copy the way iPhone does it. All right, I'm gonna change the color to white. Okay, and I'm going to change the font to my favorite font for now, Bricolage Grotesque. All right, Bricolage Grotesque. So Bricolage Grotesque regular. I'm going to increase the size to 95. All right. And I think I have to reload this page because of that stuff that's showing over there. Don't really, it's kind of like distracting me. All right, it is me reloaded. I'm just gonna bring this over here to kind of like figure out where I dropped the stuff. Okay, this is it over here. And I'm just gonna place it here, and just gonna copy it. But before copying it, I'm just gonna do everything straight up. I'm just gonna go to ring, or there's no need going there. I'm just gonna duplicate this guy here, and I'm just gonna write 2024. So 20 wanted to look like a clock, so it's a digital clock. So 2024. I'm going to change the font here to Bricolage Extra Bold. Now, if you're using a free version of Canva, I can use this version of Canva, a version of this font, or this font. Let me just stop saying version, nigga. I can use this font because I'm using Canva Pro, right? Using Canva Pro. So I can kind of like upload the fonts that I want to Canva. But if you do not have the privilege, you can go ahead and use a font called Poppins. All right, Poppins is gonna be perfect for this project. All right, Poppins. You can see it over here. All right, it's gonna be like perfect because iPhone fonts looks kind of poppish. If you don't want that, you can go ahead and use Montserrat, the other kind of alternative font to that. All right, me using this font is because I usually use it for my brand, so I wanted to stay on brand in some sort of way. I'm going to increase the size of this to 453. All right, 453. I'll like place it over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to select multiple. That's go to more, select multiple, or I'm just gonna go to the layers here, since this is kind of like frustrating me. I'm now gonna go to click on more and copy. Gonna also delete it because we don't need it over there again, and I'm gonna click on paste. All right, for this first one over there, I think let me just take this to the back. I did that because I couldn't select the January one, and it's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna reduce the transparency to 80. All right, I'm gonna reduce the transparency of this one to 95. All right, so that it just looks like blended to the background. All right, I'm going to kind of shift this guy up a little bit. Okay, so next we're gonna have to start working on is these guys over here. I think I'm gonna increase this border weight to like 2. All right, because I really can't see the line and I want to be able to see it. Let me try 3 here. Nah, 2 is better. I don't want it to be so much, but at least let the line just show a little bit. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I want to make this to look a little bit kind of darker because we're going to be placing in text over there. So I'm just going to click on the plus icon. I'm going to go to elements and we want to bring in a shape. All right. I'm going to change the color of this shape to this color over here, which is 1E36. Whoa, actually this makes sense. 1E3650. So 1E365, and then we're going back to 0, like day 1 or day 0, whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna like put this here, kind of laid on top of the glassmorphic box. All right, I'm going to now reduce the transparency of this to 30. All right, now after I've done that, now you can notice something over here. You can see that this edges here are not kind of like, they don't look alike. All right, so we want to correct that. How do we correct that? We go to our style and we give this guy a corner rounding until it matches up with that initial box. All right, so let's put it at 70 because I think that works. Let's check out the other side too. That works. All right, so I'm just gonna duplicate it and take it over here. Also, there's also something we want to add. We want to give these boxes a bit of a shadow under. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing next. So I'm just going to go over here. I think I brought in the shadow here already, and I'm just going to like duplicate this so that we remember to download that. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to reduce the height. Okay, I'm going to place it over here. Just gonna have to reduce it a little bit. Go to position and take it to back. All right. Now it's gonna have to reduce it a little, and then I'm going to reduce the transparency of the shadow to about 45. All right. I'm just gonna have. Let me just bring this down a little bit. Okay, and I'm also now going to like duplicate this guy, bring it over here, take it backward. All right, so next I want to do is to add some text. All right, so first one I did was to the Bible app. Like, Bible is the word of God. Bible is the word of God, properly explained actually. But yeah, so that song, this is your year of achievement and consecration, which is the word that I received first on the first night. I believe that was Overture, Celebration Church International, and also in the reboot camp I also received the word that this is my year of consecration. And then my church, Celebration Church, our theme for the year is occupy, meaning this is our year to occupy and herald the Joshua generation. So for that I just put it like notifications from Bible app, that is the U version Holy Bible, and also the CCI also has a Bible app. So that CCI means Celebration Church, by the way. They also have their own app, so just went ahead and put their logo here just to like look some notifications. And then you see how the iPhone is, just has that kind of 10 minutes ago stuff, you know, all this kind of stuff. All right, so next I'm gonna just kind of model how it is over here. All right, you guys just follow along. I'm going to change this color here to white. I'm going to go to just position this to the front. All right, so I'm just gonna come here, kind of like I want to make it the same height with this. All right, I just like modeling what I've done before because I know that left to me, I might actually even do it a different way, which is quite frustrating at times. All right, so I'm gonna just change the color here to a darker color so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to reduce the corner rounding here to something that'll actually match up this. All right, so 43 should do, or 45 should do. All right, I'm going to now I think, oh, there's a mistake. Okay. This is this is the previous design. All right. So I'm just gonna like duplicate this. I'm going to take it over here. All right, mind you, we're going to be changing the colors of this also later. I'm going to click on the plus icon now. Let's go ahead and bring in a text, or we do not need to do that. We can just let's just do that. Click on the plus icon, bring in a text box. All right, and I'm going to change the font here to my own font, which is Bricological text. You can make remember, like I said, you can use your own fonts like Montserrat or Poppins or whatever floats your boat. All right, so I'm just gonna come over here to format, make this to be left aligned. All right, so I'm gonna change color over here to white. All right, and just as it says here, I'm gonna write Abba. Abba actually means father, and God is my father. How is it so beautiful that the Lord God decided to adopt we who believes in his death and crucifixion of his son, and also his resurrection, by the way, because that would have been even complete without the resurrection. Jesus defeated death. Sometimes I think about that and I'm like, oh my God, how on earth did God even enter a mortal body? Jesus. Anyways, that is a story for another day. I'm just gonna increase the font size here to 64. All right, gonna like put it here, okay, and then I'm just gonna duplicate this guy over here, and I'm gonna change the font to not the font. Gonna reduce the font size to, let's say, 63. All right. What I'm just going to do, let me just increase the width of this first, and I'm now going to paste in the text. Let us kind of like adjust this, and I'm just going to have to increase this. All right, I'm just going to reduce the line spacing. All right, and that's 0.96. And I'm just going to like duplicate this guy over here and take it to this guy over here, and then reduce the font size to 58, and then I'm gonna write 10 minutes ago. I'm going to now change the color here to this particular color here, which is D0D5DD. All right, D0D5DD. Okay, I'm just going to use notch to kind of like do that. So I'm going to now go to layers, and then I'm going to select all this. All right, no, don't want, okay. Yeah, I'm going to also select that also, and then I'm just going to go to more, copy, delete it from that page. Oh, I think I actually did even select everything, so let me just do that again. Go to layers, select, and select. Gonna just go to copy, come over here and click on paste. All right, I'm going to change the color of this to white, also this one white. All right, I think I'm not meant to copy this. Yeah, I think I also copied this also, but I'm not meant to. So I'm going to now like select these guys here. I'm going to group them and duplicate and bring this down over here. All right, so I'm going to let's ungroup this, because when I paste in the simulation church stuff, it's gonna look quite wild. So celebration church, and then the prophetic word. So I'm just gonna type it. So this, and then space, and then I'm just gonna type it in. So for you, probably you want to put your own church's prophetic word, so that it's just to remind you of what God is doing in this season. All right, and also to prepare your mind and so properly for that. All right, so because every new year, not every new year, it's kind of like a new dispensation, this 2024. So I'm just gonna like duplicate this because I want to, before I do that, let's just do the something that's kind of like the main thing here. I'm just gonna come here and just bring in the version Viber app. Funny enough, I actually thought that this video is gonna be less than 20 minutes. Yeah. So I'm just gonna like place this over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna select multiple, this we're gonna go to position, align. Yep, and it's aligned. All right, that's what I just wanted to achieve. I'm gonna come here, duplicate, come here, like reduce this and place it over here. And also, if you want to probably use this for other stuff, like putting in your goals and stuff like that, you know, for me, these are my goals actually. These are my goals. I want to be an embodiment of these prophecies, so that is my goal. So if you can create more boxes, you know how you're gonna like make them to look organized and everything. And also now put in some of this stuff and just get creative into it. And when I say creative, I don't mean stupid, because people usually do that. They use the opportunity to take creativity for stupidity, honestly. I wonder how people do that. Anyways, that is. Especially you Canva designers. Well, like I said, serve another day. There is not a table to drag right now. All right, so I'm just gonna put this one to give these guys a shadow. So I'm just gonna like adjust this pretty well. Gotta go to position and backward. All right, so the idea is just for it to be behind the box. So I'm just gonna like use notch too, and then also zoom in, and I want to reduce the size of it. All right, then I want to now reduce the transparency of that to 45. Let's say 40. That's kind of because looking kind of cringe, maybe because I'm zooming in too much. I'm just gonna select it again. I'm just going to use nudge to probably place it like this. And so there's actually something I kind of noticed now. Let's make this 35 instead. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm meant to increase the transparency of this box to 35. All right, and we also made a major mistake in this editing. All right, so I'm just gonna like go to layers and click on the particular box here. All right, it was not meant to be contrast 100, it was meant to be minus 100. So it's gonna go to contrast. It was meant to be minus 100. All right, minus 100, not actually 100. I'm going to also now reduce the temperature of this a little bit more. Yep, now that looks better. That looks better. All right, so this minus 60 for that. So I'm gonna go to here and do the same thing I did. All right, I'm just gonna go to layers. All right, select it. I'm gonna go to adjust. All right, I'm gonna reduce this to minus 60. It will still look different from the other one, but I just feel much more comfortable using that stuff here. And then reduce this contrast stuff. All right, yeah, finally, beautiful. All right, how does beating over there? So I'm just going to duplicate that shadow over here and take it over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and position it to the back of the box there. All right, so what next thing I'm going to be doing quickly is we want to kind of bring in 2024 and kind of make it beautiful here. So I'm just going to place it where I placed it over there. I think I kind of like shifted this by mistake, so I'm just going to place it where I place it over here. Great. Then I'm going to like just copy, delete, come here and paste, and I'm just going to go straight up and go to adjust. All right, first and foremost, we want to reduce the temperature because we want to make it bluish. But the key thing here that we'll be using is the color edit, by the way, because I really love that feature. I really love that feature. I think that's the best feature of 2023 in Canva. So I'm gonna go to highlights and I'm gonna give this a 10. Okay. Next is I'm gonna go to shadows. I'm gonna give this a -70 and I'm gonna go to white and give it a -12. Okay, next thing I'm going to be doing now is let's go to, let's just do the blacks first, -27, and increase the vibrance to 35. All right, so next I'm gonna now do is now to go to the important part here, which is the color edit. So the first color here, we're going to be reducing the hue. I want to make it to be more blue-ish, right? So taking it to this over the side here. All right, so you can see from blue to purple to yellow and the whole orangey there. And then we see green and then the cyan or some sort of stuff over there. All right, so I'm going to now increase the saturation a bit. And also kind of like increase the brightness a bit also. Yeah, 2 is good. So I'm going to go to the next one. And for the next one, I'm just going to reduce the saturation. All right. Okay. More. Should I have left it? Nah, let's actually leave it because it kind of looks. Nah. It kind of looks better like this. I may change my mind later, but anyways, let's leave it like this for now. And the next thing I want to do for it to look quite realistic is to add a reflection, right? Because as you can see here, looks, I don't know whether this is a river or something. It cannot be a river. But the ground is quite shiny or something. I'm just going to duplicate this. I hope I didn't duplicate it before. Okay. Then I'm just going to go to flip and flip vertical. Just gonna place it under here. Gonna use notch to kind of take it up a bit. Great. Then I use go to position, take it to back. Let's use notch just to take it up a bit again. Great. So what I'm going to do first, normally I'm just going to have to reduce the transparency, but what I want to do first to make it look more realistic, I'm going to go to effects and I'm going to use blur to kind of like blur it a little bit. All right. So I'm going to make this to not so much intensity, right? 32, 33 should do. And now you can actually see how realistic this looks, even without reducing the transparency. So we have to just reduce the transparency to give it a more realistic effect. So just going to reduce this to 70, not much. Now you can see how that looks quite realistic. All right, so those are just the important parts of the design. Yeah, I think probably I'm just gonna go to that our color here and just reduce the saturation a little bit. Okay, not as much as this one here, but anyways. Okay, so the final part that we have to do is just to include these other stuffs here that are at the top, and I'm just gonna do that a bit more quickly. I'm just gonna copy those stuffs there because they are not so important to go over. I'm just gonna have to like go and select them. So the King Benji, select, and then those bars over there, I'm gonna select them. I'm gonna go to more, gonna click and copy, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna click on paste. All right, if you want me to go over the font size of this is the same font, that's big chronological text, that's all caps, but the font size is 55 or 54.7 or 55, right? So that's just it. Okay, so I want to make this to look more iPhone-y. I just want to look more iPhone-y. iPhones kind of have this nice feel to the text and everything. So what I want to do now is I want to add some kind of like fades to here and this here and here. Okay, so how am I going to achieve that? I'm going to click on the plus icon. I'm going to go to element and I'm going to bring in a shape. I'm going to go to the shape and let us take it to the front in position. I'm going to go to color. Nah, not text color. I'm just going to go to the main color over here. And what I want to do is I want to create a fade, right? So how do I go about that? I think let me just supervise something. Oh, it's different. So I'm just gonna like copy this particular hex code here because that's the stuff I want to use, and I'm just going to show you how to come up with the whole fade stuff. So I'm just going to select it. We're going to be using one of Canva's new features, right? That's for last year. It's not actually new since last year, even though last year was just Monday, last Sunday. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the second color here, and I'm going to now reduce the transparency to 0. All right. So for that first one, I'm going to now like add another box which is also transparent. All right. This one is going to be a big one, which is going to like spread across over here. All right. Though I don't quite understand why I made it this color. Now I'm gonna like just be adjusting this. I think I'm just gonna rotate it this way. Right, great. I want it to be on top of these text that 2024 the Monday text. I'm just gonna take this to the back first. All right, I'm gonna select these two. That's the day and the time. Then I'm gonna take the position to back. All right, because those are the main stuffs I want to actually be affected. All right, so I can just like adjust this way. Okay, other stuffs I want to be affected also are these guys here. All right, I think because of this length of the video, I'm just gonna create a part 2 of this video for Lightroom. All right, so I'm just gonna like duplicate this now to put it over there. I'm just gonna like rotate this like this, and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to now delete. Wait, I think. Anyways, I'm going to delete one of this. So I'm just going to tap on one and delete it. Then I'm just gonna place it over here. All right, so that place has a nice feel to it. Just trying to make it to be not so noticeable. All right, I'm also not going to duplicate that. I'm going to take it to the next side over here. And then also put it there also. And I'm also not going to duplicate it also. All right. Even though this one still kind of looks different than this one, but anyways, I'm going to hold myself from actually trying to adjust everything. Using Lightroom is actually going to make it to be much more the color that I want it to be, right? Or give the feel I want it. Just using nudge to kind of shape this guy up. All right, so that is all for this particular video, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to now click on here and download our particular file over here. And okay, so in the next video, I'm going to be learning how to edit this design with Lightroom using color grade to kind of like change or give it a nice color blend that we want. All right, and also to increase the sharpness and make every detail come alive. All right, so on to the next video, guys, and I'm also gonna leave the link over here on top of the video for you to go to the next video. All right, so till the next time, guys, goodbye.